Hello students, today we are here with our next lecture of life process. In our previous video we had talked about the gaseous exchange in plants, and here we are talking about the process of respiration in human beings. You all know that human beings have well developed respiratory system which is made up of different type of organs. So here we are going to study about the different organs of respiratory system of human beings. Respiratory system of human beings. In case of human beings, the respiratory system is divided into two parts. First one is upper respiratory system. It includes the organ, upper respiratory system. It includes the organ that is nose, mouth. Mouth is the alternative organ for respiration. When any obstacle present in the nose, then we will also do respiration with the help of mouth. It is the alternative organ. Nose, mouth, pharynx, and the last one is larynx. These are the respiratory system of upper respiration. Second one is lower respiratory system, and this respiratory system includes trachea, that is also called as windpipe, bronchi and bronchioles, bronchi and bronchioles, and lungs and alveoli. So these are the parts of the lower respiratory system. First of all, we have to study about the different parts of upper respiratory system. So firstly, the upper respiratory system, and the first part of upper respiratory system is nose. We all know that nose is the external opening and it has two nostrils. Both of the nostrils opens into nasal cavity, and these nostrils are lined by fine hairs. These fine hairs helps in filtering the air. Clear? The bigger dust particles which gets enter inside the nose with the air, these fine dust particles can be filtered with the help of these hairs. So these hair prevents the entry of dust particles into the nose. Our nose is also secreting mucus. The mucous membrane inside the nose is going to secrete mucus, and this mucus is a sticky substance which also trap the fine dust particles so that the fresh air can be reach up to the respiratory system. So these are the structures which are helpful in the filtering of air. The nostrils opens into the nasal cavity. Both of the nostrils are separated by a layer, and finally these both are opens into a common nasal cavity. Second respiratory organ is mouth. It is not the respiratory organ. Mouth is responsible for intaking of food, but in case of any obstacle present in the nose at the time of when we getting cold or cough, at that time we are not able to inhale through our nose, so the mouth is able to helping at that time. That's why mouth is an alternative respiratory organ. Clear? In that case, the mouth is going to help in case when the nose gets any obstacle. Clear? यदि इसके अलावा हमारे पास माउथ सिर्फ क्या है, एक इंजेक्शन के लिए ऑर्गन है. जब हमारी बॉडी में या नोज में हमें सर्दी जुकाम हो जाता है, उस टाइम पर हमारे नोज में कोई ऑब्स्टेकल होता है, तो हम माउथ के थ्रू भी रेस्पायर करते हैं. क्लियर? नेक्स्ट वन इज द pharynx. We know that pharynx is a common passage for food, air and water, and it is basically divided into three parts, that is oropharynx, nasopharynx and third one is laryngopharynx. When we are respiring or when we inhale the air is going to reach up to the oropharynx. Via oropharynx, it goes into the nasopharynx, and the nasopharynx opens into the windpipe. The oropharynx opens into the esophagus because the oral cavity is open into the oropharynx, which takes the food into the esophagus. Firstly, the air which goes inside, that is goes in the oropharynx, and after that it reaches to the nasopharynx. This nasopharynx with the help of laryngopharynx opens into the trachea. Here this is a structure which is called as larynx. The larynx is going to have vocal cords and it is responsible for producing sound. It is surrounded by 9 types of cartilaginous rings. Here the trachea is there. So this is the larynx part which is surrounded by laryngopharynx, and this is the trachea. The air goes inside the trachea through nasopharynx and after that through laryngopharynx. The opening of pharynx into trachea. Clear? Pharynx जाके 3 पार्ट ऑलमोस्ट, वैसे 3 ब्रांचेस नहीं होती इसकी, लेकिन नेजोफेरिंक्स फिर से लैरिंजोफेरिंक्स देन ट्रैकिया में आकर खुलता है. हमारे पास जो फेरिंक्स है इसकी मेन हमें 2 ब्रांचेस दिखती हैं. एक ट्रैकिया में खुलती है और दूसरी ईसोफेगस में खुलती है. ट्रैकिया इज इन फ्रंट ऑफ द ईसोफेगस. ठीक है. व्हेन वी swallowing the food maybe gets enter into the trachea. Clear? Which is the respiratory path and it does not allow the food enter into it. That's why the opening of pharynx into trachea having a flap like structure that is called as epiglottis. Clear? The opening of trachea into pharynx is called as glottis, and this glottis is covered by a flap like structure that is called as epiglottis. What is the function of this epiglottis? This epiglottis will shut down the trachea while we swallowing the food. ठीक है. हम कंटिन्यूसली रेस्पायर करते हैं, लेकिन खाना हम कंटिन्यूसली नहीं खाते हैं. खाना हम दिन में 2 बार 3 बार 5 बार इससे ज्यादा नहीं खाते हैं. तो उस टाइम पर क्योंकि हमारी ट्रैकिया एनी टाइम एयर को इनहेल करने के लिए ओपन रहती है, एंड व्हेन वी स्वेलो द फूड एट दैट फ्रैक्शन ऑफ सेकेंड द ट्रैकिया is going to shut down with the help of epiglottis so that the food cannot be get inside the trachea. If the food is getting inside the trachea, then the trachea will be chopped. ठीक है. आप देखते हो कई बार जब हम खाना खाते हुए बात करते हैं या खाना खाते हुए हम हंसते हैं, ठीक है, या हम पानी पी रहे हैं, पानी पीते हुए हम हंसते हैं, तो उस टाइम पे आप देखते हैं हमारी जो फूड या हमारा जो वाटर है वो हमारी ट्रैकिया में या हमारी विंड पाइप में चला जाता है, और एनी हाउ वो हमारे ट्रैकिया उसको बाहर ओमिट करती है, उसको रेजिस्ट नहीं करती, बिकॉज आवर ट्रैकिया इज डिजाइंड ओनली फॉर इनहेलिंग द एयर. ठीक है. हमारी फूड पाइप में एयर, वाटर, मेडिसिन जो भी हम इनटेक कर रहे हैं वो हमारी फूड पाइप में जाएगा, नो प्रॉब्लम. बट हमारी जो ट्रैकिया है इसमें सिर्फ एयर ही जा सकती है. इसलिए इसको प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए हमारे पास क्या प्रेजेंट होता है? एपिग्लॉटिस. इट इज अ कार्टिलेजिनस फ्लैप लाइक स्ट्रक्चर विच कवर्स द trachea, which shut down the trachea at the time of swallowing food or water or anything else. Clear? So this is the pharynx. Fourth one is the larynx. Larynx is going to have vocal cords in it, and it is surrounded by 9 cartilaginous rings. When the air enters through this larynx into the trachea, then this air vibrates the larynx, and this vibration causes sound. Now we are calling vocal cords or the voice box. Okay, it helps in producing the sound. So when the air is going to travel from the larynx into the trachea, at that moment the vibration causes with the help of that air, and these vibrations will produce the sound. So these are the important organs of upper respiratory system. In our next video we will discuss about the organs of lower respiratory system. Thank you very much.